Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, pouring your coffee, and walking out to your front porch. Waiting for you is a massive stack of brand new high-end electronics, all shipped right to your door with your name on the labels. You haul them inside, carefully peel off those shipping labels, slap on the new postage your new boss emailed you, and you drop them off at the local post office. You drive home feeling pretty good, right? You think you've just nailed your first week at an amazing new work-from-home job. You think, finally, you're getting ahead. But you aren't. What you have actually just done, without even realizing it, is step right into the center of a massive international criminal syndicate. You have just become an active, central participant in smuggling stolen goods and laundering money. And you've done it all right from your own living room. Welcome to the Fraud Files, where we expose real scams and protect Americans exactly like you. Today's case file could save you thousands of dollars, your life savings, and honestly, it could keep you out of federal prison. Let's get into it. Look, to understand exactly how you get targeted by these syndicates, you first have to grasp the sheer, terrifying scale of modern fraud. These scammers, they are not just lurking in the dark, hidden corners of the internet anymore. They are operating right out in the open, right where you scroll every single day. According to official data straight from the Federal Trade Commission, in the year 2025 alone, Americans reported losing a staggering $2.1 billion to scams that started entirely on social media. Think about that for a second. That is a massive transfer of wealth, stolen directly from the pockets of everyday people who are just browsing their feeds, looking for a connection, or desperately searching for a side hustle to help pay the rent. And if you happen to be out there actively looking for extra income or looking for ways to grow your money online, you are literally walking through a minefield blindfolded. That same FTC data shows that losses to investment and money-making scams have completely skyrocketed to an unbelievable $7.9 billion in a single year. The median individual loss for these victims is sitting at over $10,000. These criminals are highly organized, they are incredibly well-funded, and they use finely tuned psychological tricks designed specifically to bypass your natural defenses. Which brings us to one of the most devastating, insidious traps they have ever engineered. Part 1. The Billion-Dollar Trap. Law enforcement officially calls this the Reshipping Scam or the Parcel Mule Trap. It is a highly coordinated, incredibly deceptive operation that preys directly on your basic human desire to find a legitimate job. Or, in some twisted cases, they prey on your desire to help out a new romantic partner or a charity. It forces you to do the dirty work. It's designed to turn totally innocent people into unwitting felons by making you the middleman in a global supply chain of stolen goods. So I need you to ask yourself a very uncomfortable question right now. Are you a parcel mule? Have you recently accepted a work-from-home job that requires you to receive packages at your personal address and ship them somewhere else? Have you met a sweetheart on a dating app who needs a quick favor because they are traveling overseas? Or maybe a supposed charity operating in Europe or Africa has asked you to collect and forward donations of goods? If you answered yes to any of that, you need to listen very, very closely to what is actually happening behind the scenes. Let's break down the exact anatomy of this crime step by step so you can see the trap. Step 1. The scammer uses stolen credit cards, compromised bank accounts, or stolen gift cards to purchase high-dollar items online. But here's their problem. They absolutely cannot have these stolen items shipped to their own address because that would lead the police right to their front door. They need a buffer. Step 2. That buffer is you. The scammer has those stolen goods shipped directly to your home. Step 3. You receive the items. Following the scammer's very polite, professional instructions, you throw away the original boxes, you throw away the receipts, you repackage the goods, and you apply the postage that the scammer provides to you. And by the way, that postage? Almost always counterfeit. Step 4. You ship the packages off to a new address, very often an international one. Once those goods land, they are resold for a massive, completely untraceable profit. You have just successfully laundered stolen money for a criminal. And the scariest part? They make it sound so incredibly legitimate. Scammers completely disguise this crime by offering you bogus, very official-sounding job titles. Things like Delivery Operations Specialist or Quality Control Manager. They will post these jobs on major reputable job boards. They'll even outright lie and say they are affiliated with trusted companies you already know, like Amazon or FedEx. They will actually conduct fake interviews with you over the phone or video. They'll send you official-looking employment contracts to sign. They do everything possible to make you feel the pride and relief of landing the perfect remote job. But I'm telling you right now, there is absolutely no real job. Section 2. The Air Parcel Express. Let's open up a real-world case file to show you just how sophisticated these operations actually get. We are not talking about a couple of guys pulling a fast one in a basement. We are talking about massive, international crime syndicates that operate with the efficiency of multinational corporations. One of the most famous examples of this operated under the highly professional-sounding corporate name Air Parcel Express. They actively recruited American citizens, ordinary, hardworking people just looking for a way to pay their bills, to act as their mules. The criminals would fraudulently purchase brand new consumer electronics right here in the United States. We're talking iPods, PlayStations, expensive smartphones, and high-end laptops. They routed all of these stolen electronics to the private homes of the American mules. The mules, thinking it was just their daily job duty, repackaged them and shipped them overseas, in this specific case, primarily to Russia and Belarus. Once those high-tech gadgets crossed international borders, boom, they vanished from the radar of U.S. law enforcement. They were sold on the black market, turning stolen credit card numbers into cold, hard, untraceable cash. And the American mules, they were the ones left holding the bag. This right here is the absolute psychological cruelty of the parcel mule trap. The scammers explicitly exploit your very best intentions. What you think you are doing is finally securing a steady paycheck to take care of your family. Or if you've been targeted on a dating site, you genuinely think you are just doing a simple, kind favor for a romantic partner you've fallen in love with. But what you are actually doing, you are actively smuggling stolen goods. You are actively destroying the physical evidence of the theft by throwing away those original receipts, and you are committing federal postal fraud by using counterfeit shipping labels. You, the innocent victim, are the critical link that makes their entire dark enterprise possible. Section 3. 6 major red flags. Okay, grab your phone right now. I want you to take a screenshot of this list. These are the 6 definitive warnings that you are being groomed to be a parcel mule. If you see any of these, you need to stop what you're doing immediately. Number 1, the job title is something vague, delivery operations or package processing. Number 2, you're specifically instructed by your boss to throw out the original receipts or invoices that come inside the packages. Number 3, you're told to discard the original retail boxes and repackage the items. Why? Because they are intentionally destroying the paper trail. Number 4, your employer provides you with digital shipping labels to print out at home, which look real, but are actually fraudulent and unpaid. Number 5, you're receiving high-dollar items, like laptops, phones, or designer clothes, from people or companies you have absolutely no connection to. And number 6, your promise payment comes in the form of a really strange check or a money order, and they tell you to deposit it, keep a portion for your salary, and wire the rest of the money somewhere else. And here is the truly tragic reality for most of these victims. They don't even realize they've been scammed until payday finally arrives. Imagine it. You've spent a whole month diligently receiving packages, you've packed dozens of boxes, you've used your own gas to drive back and forth to the post office every single day. But when the day finally comes for your very first direct deposit, nothing happens. Your bank account is empty. You try to email HR, and the emails bounce back. You call your manager, and the phone numbers are completely disconnected. They just vanish into thin air. You haven't just been working for free, you've been working as a free accomplice for an international crime ring. And now, they're gone. Section 4. 6 ways to protect yourself. So how do we fight back? We are shifting to defense right now. Take another screenshot. Here are the 6 concrete steps the Federal Trade Commission and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service urge you to take right now to protect your identity, your bank accounts, and your freedom. First, always search the exact name of the employer or the company online, followed by the words scam, review, or complaint. Second, talk to someone you trust, a friend, a family member, anyone, and describe the job to them before you accept it. Getting an outside, objective perspective often breaks the scammer's spell. Third, simply refuse packages at your address from people you don't know. Tell the delivery driver you won't accept it. Fourth, this is absolutely critical. If you have already received items from one of these setups, do not mail them. Stop immediately. Do not be the person who forwards the stolen goods. Fifth, if they sent you a check, do not deposit it without having your bank heavily scrutinize and verify it first. And 6, if you filled out what you thought was employment paperwork and you gave them your social security number or a photo of your driver's license, go to identitytheft.gov right this second. Your identity is compromised and you need to lock it down. If you suspect you've been targeted, or if you are sitting at home right now with a stack of packages realizing you are caught in this trap, you must report it immediately. Go to reportfraud.ftc.gov to alert the Federal Trade Commission. And even more importantly for this specific crime, go directly to the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. You can reach them at uspis.gov/report, or you can call them at 1-877-876-2455. As law enforcement clearly states, their investigation starts with your report. By stepping forward, you aren't just protecting yourself, you are helping them shut down the entire syndicate.
Section 5. The harsh reality.
Look, we need to have a very honest reality check right here about what happens if you ignore these warnings. Because in the eyes of the law, ignorance is not a magic shield that will protect you from the fallout. First, there is the financial ruin. If you deposited a counterfeit check from the scammer and wired real money out of your account, when that fake check eventually bounces, and trust me, it will bounce, you are personally liable to the bank for the full amount. Your bank accounts can be instantly emptied and permanently closed. Second, the identity theft. Because you willingly handed over your personal information for that fake background check, international criminals now possess your social security number. And finally, the legal jeopardy. You can be sued and held civilly responsible by the actual companies whose goods were stolen, and you can be held criminally responsible by the federal government for your role in the operation. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service puts it as bluntly and chillingly as possible. I am going to read this directly from their official warning to the public. You're committing several felonies when you help these criminals: mail fraud, wire fraud, money laundering, receipt of stolen property. Even if you are an entirely unwitting accomplice, think about how it looks. You have the stolen goods sitting in your house. You are the one caught on the security camera at the post office dropping off the stolen merchandise. When the police follow the digital trail of those stolen credit cards, that trail doesn't lead to a mastermind in Russia. It ends right at your front door. I want to leave you with one absolute, undeniable rule that you must sear into your memory and share with everyone you know. Reshipping goods is never a real job. There is no legitimate corporation anywhere in the world that hires random citizens off the internet to receive business packages at their private homes, throw away the boxes, and mail them overseas. It simply does not exist. If anyone asks you to do this, it is a scam 100% of the time, no exceptions. So you have to ask yourself, your identity, your hard-earned money, your very freedom, are you really willing to risk it all just to handle an unknown package for a total stranger? Subscribe to the Fraud Files for daily scam alerts and deep dives just like this one. Comment down below if this has happened to you or someone you know. Your story might just be the exact warning that saves someone else from total financial ruin. Please share this explainer with your family and your friends right now to protect them. Stay alert, stay safe out there. The fraudsters are always watching. But now, so are we.